How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you. Oh
Good
my
to
God.
see you. How's your mom and dad? Doing pretty
great,
well, and your
great.
sister,
Thanks for asking.
and your
You're
grandparents
awesome.
too. Hey, you want to come in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on in. Come and sit down
Thanks,
for a
I
while.
just-
Perfect timing. Come and
good.
sit down. Sit down right there. Make yourself comfortable.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
So everything's going all right, huh?
Have me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you came in. I always enjoy speaking with people, and especially someone like you who grew up here, and I've known you and your family for a long time. So it's all
always-
about
it's always
relationships.
a pleasure.
So what's on your mind? What you come in? What do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about you.
Me?
I was hoping we could
Me?
reflect.
Okay.
Share some stories.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's been
Okay. 26 years I've been here as a rabbi.
26 years.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. The last time I have a vivid picture of you is at your bar mitzvah on the bima. You want to go? You want to go stand there for a second? We can see what it's like. Have a little flashback about your bar mitzvah when you were a lot younger and growing up here at CRJ.
I'd love that.
Yeah, that was great. How about let's go to the sanctuary?
Let's go to the sanctuary.
Let's go there. Let's go hang out there.
Let's go to the
for a few
bima.
Amazing, yeah. A lot of good memories up here. A lot of weddings and bar mitzvahs and baby namings, and this is an important part of the congregation. A lot of things have happened here over the 26 years.
This truly is home.
Yeah, I feel comfortable here. This is sort of like where things happen. I see people in the congregation. This is the family. This is a family place here. I never know who I'm going to bump into.
I know, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Speaking of which,
What?
would you look at that?
Hope Adelson! Hey, Hope!
Oh my goodness!
I didn't know you were going to be here. Hey! Nice to see you. Great to see you. So glad you were here too, standing right here on the bima.
What are the? what's the
Yeah, that was a
coincidence?
while ago, huh? How many years?
Two.
2 years ago? Wow. Seems like yesterday. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Andrew and I were just talking about reminiscing a little bit and thinking about my time here as a rabbi. And one of the things I've always loved is being here with the bar mitzvah kids. It's just been amazing. But the religious school, the older adults in the congregation, families, life cycle events, it's been amazing. We can reminisce about a lot of things. What are you thinking?
I had a couple of questions. What was the moment you knew that CRJ was home for you?
Wow, that's a pretty big question. Actually, I felt during my interview, you get like a sense of people, and it's sort of like when you meet someone that you like want to go out with, or someone that you want to marry, or someone that you want to be friends with. You just get a feeling about people. And as soon as I came to CRJ, because I had been interviewing in several places, and I met the people here, I just felt like a connection immediately to the people that I met when I was here. I was like, this is the place I want to go.
When was the moment on the bima you felt the most nervous?
Oh, that's an easy question. That one is super easy. Because I've been a rabbi for a lot of years, so I wasn't nervous ever being on the bima. But my most nervous on the bima was during COVID, Erev Yom Kippur. We were streaming, no one in the sanctuary, Cantor and I there, and all of a sudden the power goes out. I'm like, now I'm totally disconnected from every person in the congregation. I have no contact with them. Oh my goodness, what do I do? And I completely freaked out. But there is a famous picture of me after the Yom Kippur service. There's a picture of me in my white robe, right over there in the bima. I just fell backwards on the floor. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that just happened.
That really
all
happened.
the time.
That really happened.
Yeah, lightning struck the temple, the power went off, and the cantor and I were disconnected from every single person in the congregation.
And in regards to your retirement, I mean, I'm curious, what do you plan to do? What are you excited for?
Well, I'm going to continue to
What are you
teach. I'm going to be
looking
involved
forward
in the
to?
Jewish community, but some of the things I'm looking forward to that I didn't have time for, being on my bicycle, which I love, being with my family, my kids, my wife,
amazing.
my grandchildren. But
That's
one thing I
amazing.
really like that I haven't got to do, which my son makes fun of me because, as you know, he's a professional chef. I love to cook. I like to cook for people. I like new recipes. I like to experiment. I like to people to eat the food and really enjoy it.
Now that you say that, That leads me to think only one idea.
What's that? What are you thinking? I'm up for anything. What do you think?
How about we chef up?
Yeah, hey, let's go to the temple kitchen right now.
The temple has a kitchen.
Yeah, I'll whip you up something like something I like to cook. Let's
Yeah,
go do
I
it.
can't
Hope you
wait.
up for it?
I'm so excited.
Okay, come on, let's
Oh
do
my
it.
goodness.
Let's do it.
What an honor.
We're gonna make a little shakshuka. You wanna try it? Cause
Yeah.
best shakshuka I ever had was in Tel Aviv at Dr. Shakshuka. It is the best shakshuka in the world. So this is not gonna be Dr. Shakshuka, but it's gonna be sort of a quickie recipe for shakshuka. So I'm gonna turn on the stove. I'm gonna put a little oil in there. You want a pepper?
Sure.
Yeah, because when you cook, you should really be eating some of the food, so you make sure it's okay. You want grab some pepper?
Please.
Yeah. Hope you want to dump the onions in there.
Sure. Thank you.
Dump all the onions in there, peppers. You want to just get it till the onions are translucent, so we just have to cook it for a few minutes.
What was CRJ like when you first got here?
CRJ was a ghost town. First day I walked in the building, there was the only person here. Came at noon. There was a part-time bookkeeper. When I came in the building, there wasn't a single staff member. There was no records, no files. So the good part was that I got to start from scratch. Sometimes when you come to places, you have to tear down before you build up. But there was nothing to tear down because there wasn't anything left here.
As a rabbi,
Yeah.
what was your greatest challenge?
My greatest challenge as a rabbi the whole time, you mean, that I was here?
Yes.
I think the greatest challenge was to know what the needs of the congregants were so that I could try to meet the needs of the congregants of having so many. In the beginning, there were only several hundred families that were really here, and then it grew, and as it grew, to kind of keep in contact with them and know what they were thinking and know what they were feeling, and also making sure that I was there for them. I think that was the greatest challenge. Like if there was a death or someone was in a hospital, or it's sometimes, I'm sure I missed people over the year, unfortunately, but I tried to keep up as well as I could with everything that was going on with everyone. You crying from the onions yet?
I don't even.
You don't
know,
smell
it's
them?
not affecting me at all.
Okay,
actually.
yeah.
What was the most fun you had as a rabbi here?
Oh, I've had a lot of fun over the years. There's been so many things that have been fun. Being with congregants at weddings and bar mitzvahs and life cycle events, the positive ones, that's been a blast. Also had a lot of fun, as you probably know, dressing up in costumes. I have like 100 costumes that I've dressed up over the years. I've been a dinosaur. My wife thinks it's kind of weird, but I do enjoy it. Yeah.
Funniest thing
The funniest thing that ever happened to me?
Yeah.
At one bar mitzvah, the bar mitzvah kid was walking down the aisle. He was really nervous, and he threw up like in the aisle of the bar mitzvah. And I had to get someone like in the back to clean up.
This
And
was mid fun.
yeah, it was like he was walking down the aisle to go to the bima, and all of a sudden, I mean, maybe it wasn't so funny to him, but it was pretty funny to everyone else. So he did well, though. He was great. Anyway, these onions are looking kind of good. I think it might be time to. I'm going to add a little salt in there. Like your grandmother. No recipe, just pinch
Absolutely.
of salt in there. Make
Never
sure
smelled the salt either.
there's some
And
salt.
it's
Yeah, throw it over your shoulder. It's good luck. Here, try it. Shoulder over. Yeah, it's an old Jewish.
Gone.
It's an old Jewish superstition.
There you
You
go.
throw salt over your shoulder. It's good luck. Go ahead, throw some garlic in there.
Good thing I'm not a vampire.
Yeah, you'd be running away. How'd you know about the vampires? Pretty good you knew about that.
Rabbi, what was
Yeah.
your proudest accomplishment ever as a rabbi?
My proudest accomplishment in general in the congregation, when people love being Jewish and they connect to their Judaism and they feel proud to be Jewish, that I've given some an opportunity to feel really positive and proud to be Jewish. That's my greatest accomplishment, whether it's an adult or a kid, and they find Judaism to be something meaningful in their life. And they find something and say, this has made my life better. Judaism, that's by far my greatest accomplishment with people. By the way, I forgot, I got to throw a little cumin in here. Not too much, because the Middle Eastern spice cumin, very popular. Some flakes, pepper flakes in there.
Oh.
You like it hot, Andrew?
We do.
You like it spicy, Hope?
Oh,
yeah. Okay, let's see.
a little bit, only a
Let's
little
see
bit.
how spicy you guys really like, because
Oh.
that's a
Really
lot in
good in the
there.
congregation.
Oh.
Yeah, some cilantro in there. Nice. And I got to put a little tomato. Next, we're going to put the tomato, because this is tomato-based. Shakshuka is basically tomato-based with egg. So the egg is the last thing that you put in it. So we're almost ready for the egg. I'm going to put a little pepper in. Never hurt to put a little pepper in. How's that smell, Andrew?
Smells amazing.
So, Hope, how does that smell? Good?
Oh wow.
Yeah, look
I'm
at that
excited
so
to try
far.
this. I've never had shakshuka.
You never had shakshuka? This is going to be a little spicy.
How do you think CRJ has changed you?
Oh, I think I've become a better person, a better Jew. I think I've become more sensitive. I think the most important thing that actually being a rabbi here has done, it's given me perspective. You know, sometimes people complain about little things that happen to them. And, you know, when you deal with people's lives, like births and deaths and tragedies and catastrophe and counseling needs, it gives you a perspective, first of all, how lucky that I am, that I have the life that I do, and also how lucky I've been to be able to be the rabbi and people let me into their lives. So I think that, for me, has really changed me as a person to be more appreciative, just of life in general.
Or what's the biggest thing you've learned as a rabbi?
The biggest thing I learned was what I did from the beginning when this was a ghost town. Relationships are everything. You could give a good sermon, you could do a good make sure this doesn't burn. Good, well, you do a good program, you could do a good sermon, but if the relationship isn't there between the rabbi and the congregant, or between congregants and leadership, when I tried to build this congregation, that was the number one thing. Relationships are the most important thing in the world. It's kind of funny now, because this was, you know, almost 30 years ago. Now all people are writing books about how important in a congregation relationships are. They're just a little late to it, but they kind of finally caught on. You gotta put the tomatoes in. This is like tomato sauce.
Can't forget.
You gotta like tomatoes and eggs. If you don't like eggs, like Sunnyside eggs, you're not gonna like shakshuka.
That was my breakfast this morning.
Yeah, eggs, really? Okay, so you can have it. You can have it for lunch now.
I don't have ketchup without
We
eggs.
gotta ketchup.
I don't have eggs without ketchup.
Okay, so
Really?
you already like tomatoes and eggs.
Oh, I love
So we
it.
got to heat this up a little bit. It has to get to a temperature where if you drop an egg in it, it's going to remain sunny side up and with the white in there. It's a whole thing about the white and the egg.
Sunny side. Well, you know, now that you are retiring,
Yeah,
and we have a new rabbi coming.
yeah. Wonderful rabbi coming. Rabbi Jackson, she's amazing.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
awesome.
So excited.
Yeah.
With Rabbi Jackson coming in, do you have any advice to offer?
Well, I don't want to come across like I'm the old experienced rabbi and she's like the young novice rabbi, because
Right.
she isn't. She's very
Of
experienced.
course.
She's very knowledgeable. She's very politically astute. She's really sociable. I mean, I'd say we have a lot in common, just the way that we do, which is no coincidence that the congregation picks someone, but she's also unique. She's different. Turn this down a little. She's special. And, you know, I'm not really one big at giving advice, but what I would share with her is to create those relationships in the congregation, because this is a congregation that wants to really love, admire, respect its rabbi, and that I know she's a person that wants to love and respect and admire her congregants. So I just think that she has a great future here, and the congregation's going to grow. I'm going to sit back and be a congregant now,
How about that?
and I'm gonna enjoy coming to services, because this is my congregation. So I'm not going. Beverly and I aren't going anywhere, so we're going to be here in the congregation, and I'm just going to gloat and be proud when Rabbi Jackson accomplishes all that I know she's going to accomplish, and the kind of rabbi that I know that she is, and I know that she's going to grow into, just like I grew when I was here. You know, you can't compare a rabbi who's been here for 26 years with a rabbi that's just starting. So people have to remember what I was like when I started, and be open to that for Rabbi Jackson. She's going to make changes, because I made changes. She's going to create relationships, just like I create relationships, but she's going to do some things differently, which I think is what Reform Judaism is all about, evolving and changing over time. So I'm really looking forward. And you know what?
Yeah, we all love to hear that.
Yeah.
Which
And
I-
just as we do this part, I just want you to know, Andrew, that being a rabbi is not all it's cracked up to be. So, do you know how to crack eggs? Do you know how to crack eggs? Do you guys both know how to crack eggs? So I'm going to make a little space, and you're going to crack the egg, and you're going to drip it down the spoon. You don't want to break the yolk. Okay? Can you do it? Let's see how you do.
I'm a little bit
There
scared.
you go. No, you do well. Crack it. Give it a good crack, and then you're going to put it on the spoon. Drop it on the spoon. Oh yeah, nice. Perfect. Look at the white of that egg. Andrew, you're next. Shakshuka. There we go, Andrew. You got it? You can do it. You can do
We're
it.
gonna get it this time.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Have faith in you. Faith in the egg. Oh, Andrew, you are exceptional. You're exceptional. That was amazing. Look at that. Look at that shakshuka cooking. You got to keep the white cooking. See how the white's cooking in there? And then you have to get the yellow not broken.
You really know what you're doing.
I wing it sometimes, Andrew, you know? So what do you guys think? Shakshuka? Yes?
Taste.
Let's let it cook, and then you guys are going to actually take a taste of it, because have you ever had it, Hope?
I've never had it.
I hope you like it. Let's see what we got here. And the way they eat it in Dr. Shakshuka is you take some pita and you dip it in the egg and you dip it in the tomato sauce. Oh yeah. Here's some pita. Give you guys a piece of pita.
Wonderful.
Pita. There you go. We're almost ready. Do a little shakshuka for you.
Oh my goodness.
Shakshuka.
Looks delicious.
Oh, there we go.
Thank
Look
you.
at the
There we
rest
go.
of it.
Yeah.
Rabbi and a chef.
Yeah. Broke the
Master
yolk
of
a
all
little bit,
trades.
but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You guys try it. See what you think. If you like it. Take a little of the egg yolk, the pita, and you try it. Not bad, huh? Yeah.
Really good.
Maybe when I retire, I'll open up Rabbi Shakshuka
Okay, sure.
here in
I'd be your
Orlando.
first customer. Man.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a small market for shakshuka. No one knows really what it is. Good, huh?
Rabbi, you gotta
Yeah.
give yourself more credit than that.
Yeah, thanks you guys for cooking with me. I really appreciate it. And great questions, by the way.
Oh,
Really great questions.
you know.